not going to lose no money. I come here to Harrisburg, and they won't even take your money. Folks make appointments, then they don't show up. My wife would go try to get her hair done and show up, and the folks who own the shop, she's there before them. I'm like, do you want the money? Don't care about repeat business, building up a clientele. What do you want? It's like, because I'm thinking from where I come from, you would be out of business immediately. So I didn't understand this stronghold here of you don't keep your word. But what happens is if you grow up in it, you think of it as normal. You think of it as normal. And so I noticed that when we first got started, that even though I said we was going to start at 11 o'clock, folks in Harrisburg, they ain't really think I was going to do that. You ain't going to really start at 11. Not every Sunday. If I said we was going to have prayer, no, you ain't going to really have prayer. Why? Because in your norm, people don't really do what they say. They advertise it, they parade it, it's on billboards. We talk about, I've seen the conferences here in Harrisburg, and they put up all the list of all the people who going to be there. And once you get there, 90% of the people on the list ain't there. The guest speaker they said was going to be there. The choir that they said they ain't there. And so everybody just kind of gets used to, we say these things, but we really aren't going to do it. So when you think of that as the norm, what's Pastor Chris getting at? When you hear the word of God in your subconscious, deep inside, you really don't believe God's going to do it. That's the devastation. When you live amongst lies and inconsistency, we expect God to be the same way. And we really don't believe him. And so when he sends his promise and says, it's ratified, I've confirmed it, it's binding, we kind of just go, okay. Oh, okay. One of the most profound moments in my wife's life, she said, was when the Lord called her by her name. And just him in calling her by her name, part of that revelation was that he keeps his word. Because she said she had grown up with so many broken promises. Not to put her dad on the spot, he passed away a couple of years ago. He said he made lots of promises, and so she realized, she said, that she would pray and really not really expect God to do it. Many of us are like that. You kind of just say the words. That's what I mean about we do the do. We come to church, we sing the songs, we go through the motions, but I really don't expect life to be any different. Nothing's really going to change. I know it's like that for you, Pastor Chris and Pastor Carol. You know, it's like that for y'all. But for us here in Hampton, it's not really that way. People look at me and Carol because we have all of this expectation, and we keep expecting, and we keep expecting. And I know, I've seen it. I've seen the look on some of the other pastors. They're waiting for us to get the same look that's on their face, where you get to, it's like, those people really ain't going to do it. Because I was told when we got here, once, it was some random person off the street said, I said, I'm a new pastor in the area. He's like, it's going to be hard. Ain't nobody going to come. Ain't nobody going to commit. I I was really bold in those days when I first moved here to Harrisburg. I said, Satan is a lie. They ain't going to be that way for us. We're going to find some people that's going to commit and that's going to do it. So here we are almost 10 years later, and we're still here. It's just a few of us, still small, but we're still here. What's the message? The message is we're going to do what God said we're going to do. God's going to keep his word. We're going to finish the assignment, the task that God has given us here for this community. It's got nothing to do with how many people show, how many people don't show. Why is this important? I'm getting to my first closing. And I'm dealing with these strongholds on purpose today. I'm not just nitpicking at Harrisburg. I'm pointing out things so you can see your former desolations and your former devastations and how it's affecting what you think of as norm today. I want you to know it's not normal. It's not normal for believers to really not believe God. It's not normal for believers to not have an expectation